If you're new to Arc Raiders, this video will save you time and help you start without getting that early burnout. Arc Raiders doesn't explain much, and most people don't have time to learn everything through trial and error. I've already done that part, so this video is just going to be a bird's eye view on how to approach the game without wasting your time early on. I'll quickly cover how to think about playstyles, maps, loot, combat, and progression. Not deep mechanics, just how these systems fit together. First, I would decide how you want to play Arc Raiders. Do you want to be a PvP gremlin running around, or would you rather play this as a looting crafting sim? Maybe you just want to focus on PvE. But the end goal should always be for you to get a healthy mix of what's fun for you and how you want to play the game, because honestly, that's my favorite part about Arc Raiders. I love sandbox type games. You can always download the game, launch it, and jump right in, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think having a sense of purpose yields the most fun and results. Now, we're not min-maxing today, just trying to get a general idea of what the game has to offer. I recommend staying friendly for a while, at least at the start, because this will give you a chance to kind of experience the game freely. If you couple that with using free loadouts, then you're not stressing about losing gear. You just load in, roam the map, and get a feel for the game. And this kind of brings me to map knowledge in general. So maps are meant to be learned over time, not mastered immediately. The best way to accomplish this early on is questing. You should have a little quest sidebar here. Mine are done, so I don't. But these quests will make you go to different maps and different locations on those maps. It'll kind of naturally teach you spawn locations, route knowledge, and how to navigate these maps safely. Because remember, this is an extraction game at the end of the day, and it's always nice to go home with some loot. Map knowledge is, in my opinion, the single biggest factor to this game, because it often dictates whether you escape or you lose everything that you brought in and work so hard to loot. As you're roaming the map and doing quests early on, one of the biggest frustrations is not knowing what to pick up, keep, or throw away. Early on, I would heavily focus on upgrading your stash space. Also work on upgrading your benches, as this will give you the ability to craft a lot of items over time. Scrappy, because he just gives you passive free loot over time, which is irreplaceable. And maybe working on just some of the expeditions once you get down that route. And working on any events like the Flickering Flames events. Because focusing on the stash upgrades mainly and tracking some of those items removes a lot of that mental load. Now you can track items. Let's say you want to start making a bunch of shotgun mags. It'll tell you that you need mod components and steel springs. And if you hit track resources, when you do that, it'll give you a nice little symbol in game to help you keep track of those items. Now these maps have key identifiers on certain buildings. There's a nice little key over here on the side for what items you can find in what buildings, and that'll help guide you towards getting the items that you need. Between questing, roaming the map, tracking and looting the items that you need to upgrade the multitude of things that I listed, I think this gives you a good basis to start while not feeling too overwhelmed. And earlier when I said I recommend playing friendly, I meant it. Remember, combat is inherently lethal by design. Sometimes you can't avoid the fight, or you get caught out in the open by Arc or other raiders and you don't have an option but to defend yourself. This is all part of the game, but remember, you don't need to fight everything. It's rare that there isn't a winner and a loser, but avoiding fights early on is often the best play for you. Odds are you'll be back later with more knowledge and better gear if you extract, as this is an extraction-based game. Now don't get me wrong, the game is balanced towards gear being lost, and that's totally normal. But as you progress through the game, you'll end up having more gear, shields, nades, and space coins than you know what to do with. I just want to wrap this up on some final key thoughts for my fellow raiders out there. Quests give structure early. Quests provide goals, rewards, and map exposure. If you combine free kits with early questing and tracking those resources you need to upgrade your stash and your benches, etc., that's about as low risk of a learning experience as you can get. Now this is my last piece of advice. Events exist, but they're not required. You'll get comfortable with some of the normal maps and eventually you'll find yourself checking out the events anyway. But remember, more reward always comes with more risk. If this helped or you want something broken down further next, please let me know in the comments below.